afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the new, improved Disney in Depth podcast.
There we go. We have to
Here
make
we
sure we
go.
don't have any slip ups, huh?
Right? I was about to. It was funny because I was about to slip up. I had to write it down in my face. Oh my goodness. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. Matt and
Hello,
I
hello.
are still coming down from a long couple of weeks. Lack of sleep.
Yeah. We're in recovery mode.
We're still in recovery mode. Hope everybody is doing well today. Let's see. I need to share this to the group. Very casual today, everybody. We are just going over talking about a bunch of different things, thanking everybody for being there and for supporting us, and just the love that we
Absolutely.
got from everybody. Everybody was so they were gracious, and
Yes.
I was just blown away.
It was an amazing afternoon and evening that there there was a lot of love and compassion there, and it both in pulling it all together, setting
Yeah,
it up, and
yeah,
then just the people showing up and appreciating it, and then the panel and the kind words that were spoken and
yeah.
memory shared. It was very, very touching.
It was. Um, Stick around, everybody, before the show is over. I'm sure you guys have heard about this. Let me show you. There is the bronze pin, courtesy of Mr. McKim's father.
It's
Or
not quite in focus
wait,
there.
hold on. I had it earlier. Wait. There we go. It's like
It,
focusing. Wait, hold on. And I had it. And I was like, oh, that's it. Anyways, guys, it says Sam McKim Centennial Celebration. It is the prawns piece of 8. There we go. See, look, I knew I'd get it. Look at that.
that worked. The
That worked.
backside.
Yeah. See,
So.
in the backside, let me see if I get. There we go. It says Sam McKim.
There
There
we
we
go.
go.
There it
Sam
is.
McKim Centennial Celebration, 1924 to 2024. We are going to give that away before the end of the day. It says this authentic brass Disney piece of 8 from the Pirates of the Caribbean arcade in Walt Disney World was fabricated in 1975 by Sam McKim. So we are going to give one of these today.
And we had those in the VIP gift bags.
Yes.
And if there were some people that purchased VIPs tickets and didn't receive that, we've heard from 2 individuals, and we apologize.
Yes.
It was it was a lot to undertake that evening, and Vince was operating on just a couple of hours of sleep, and I had none. Actually,
0.
that night.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I thought we did all right with lack of sleep, but yeah.
Let us know if you guys were there.
Yes.
Yeah, let us know if you were there. Let us know what you liked. Let us know what you saw, who you met. We want to hear feedback from everybody. We're hoping everybody just gives us feedback. And I guess we can just go ahead and announce it. We are going to be talking about doing events in the future in the coming year. We haven't gotten everything sorted out yet, but we're excited about some of the prospects, and Matt is willing to keep pushing on, keep moving forward with lack of sleep, right?
Yeah, I will do my best, with lack of sleep.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Now also we're going to mention, and we've said this before, the amount of objects, and it'd be interesting to actually know how many pieces we actually put out, but we're not going to do anything like that again.
Oh my goodness.
The amount of pieces of artwork and memorabilia and such, that will not be repeated again. That we push the limits on this one.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. It was a lot of work. Michael Roman, Dean, Debbie, Stephanie, hi guys, welcome. Everybody that's here, welcome. You know what? Before we go any further, I want to send a special thank you to all the volunteers. Without you, none of this is possible.
Absolutely.
None of this was possible. Me and Matt, and Dean and Bridget and everybody had this beautiful, amazing idea, but it doesn't get executed without any of you. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Just so many people contributed. Your cousin Lori and Dan, amazing. From the merchandise to being there to helping with the store. My niece Stephanie,
Yes.
Stephanie Hembry helping with Lori all day. My sister Vicky Hembry, Bridget, the setup and the time spent and the long nights and
Oh my gosh.
you know
The
the
long
one a
drive.
the 1 a.m. in your dad's office when I'm laying there reclining and she's going, Vince, you better get up. Vince, you better do this.
She had the energy. She was
Oh,
amazing. She's the
she
Energizer
did.
Bunny,
She
you
worked us
know.
under the table. I'm like going, I just want to go to bed. Oh my
And I have to say
gosh.
something about my cousin Laureen too. And
Uh-huh.
she she does special events and she deals with product and
Yeah.
specialized pieces and things like that.
Yeah.
And I had tapped into her for some opinions and some assistance and everything, and she just jumped in feet first.
Yeah.
And unbelievable what she ended up pulling off.
Yeah.
And then I have to say, I was on the phone with her the other day, and and her husband helps her with events too. And she
Dan. Yeah.
says, "Oh my gosh, we do events all the time, and we have never seen anything like this before. Both the amount of people that showed up to help,
Yeah.
and everyone had a smile on their face. There
Yeah.
was nobody grumpy, nobody
No.
yelling, nobody getting upset or anything like that. Everyone just
No.
pulled together and did it."
Yeah.
And all the people that Dean had pulled together from both past Disneyland and present Disneyland that knew how to control crowds and take care of people and please people.
Yes.
They were just dropped in and they hit the ground running.
Yeah.
And I thought, for the most part, everything ran so smoothly.
Yeah.
I was amazed. So thank
It.
you to
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
And we have a couple of special people that came in. You were going to get to you on your list, and that would be
You,
Evan and Danny,
yeah.
little Sammy McKim, and
Yes.
his director producer.
Yes.
Um, that was Dean's idea, actually, to
Yeah. Dean
have
Valadez,
Danny come
everybody.
in,
Yeah.
and that was a great idea, and I think it went over well. I loved it. I
Yeah.
loved it.
Yeah. There's going to be, you guys, we're going to post pictures later on. We're going to post a whole bunch of pictures from the event. Stephen Russo took great pictures. So we're going to, post them. And there's a lot of pictures to go through.
Kevin
You might see
Kevin
yourself. Go ahead.
also took a bunch of pictures. Kevin did
Okay.
too, and
Oh,
I
yeah. Yeah.
haven't gone through that batch yet,
Okay.
but I've seen a few of them.
Yeah.
So, thank you, Kevin,
Yeah.
and Michael, for
Thank you,
that, or
Kevin.
Stephen,
Yeah.
excuse me.
Yeah. We've got a list of people to thank. And again, let us know your favorite part of the day. Let us know what you truly enjoyed. You guys might notice in the background, you see something that you probably haven't seen before. That is the original EDL Sam McKim map right in the center.
This one here,
That one. Yeah,
that
that one.
that's the
Yeah,
original.
that's the original.
And let me see, I got to do this right. This one over here
There
is
you
the
go. I like it.
large print,
Coordinated.
and this one is the smaller print.
Okay.
So we had these out. We didn't have it on display, unfortunately, but we did have these available
Yes.
that evening for sale. So
Yes.
these are giclées on really nice paper. It's
They're
archival paper,
gorgeous. They're
and
gorgeous.
they were professionally photographed and professionally reproduced. So, in fact, let me.
I wanted to wait until we were live because I wanted to see your expression. There was somebody at the show that asked if you would be willing to sell the original, and he would give you $10,000 cash.
Oh my gosh!
And I went, I go, I don't know if the family wants to sell that. It's gorgeous. It's a piece of history. He's like,
Great.
tell him I will raise the price. What can I do to buy this? I want to buy this. He
Yeah.
goes, I want it
Well,
hanging in my office. And I just
yeah.
said, and I said, let me talk to Matt, but I want to surprise him. We're gonna do a recap, but I wanted to see your face.
Well, I mean, that's generous. That's an amazing offer.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
He
I'm not going
he
to say
equated
anything
it.
right now. Pardon?
No, I know. He equated it to the 1958A.
Yeah.
He said that would, yeah, he just said that's, he said that it would be like getting the original 58A.
Yeah.
And
Which
I just went, I don't know. I go, that's interesting, but yeah,
and actually, I've mentioned before that original map, the 1958, that as it got updated into 1964, all the different renditions,
yeah,
they were pasted on top of the original.
yeah,
And WDI does not have that original artwork.
yeah.
They believe that when it went to the printers for the last time in 1964, it never came back.
It never came back. Yeah,
Never came back. So nobody knows where that original is.
yeah. Well,
So
somebody does. Somebody does.
somebody knows, and who knows? It could have been thrown away.
Yeah,
Someone
could have.
you just said, just throw this thing away. We've had it too long. Disney doesn't
Yeah,
want it. Throw it away. So
yeah.
who knows? Who knows?
So all right, guys. The poster to Maddie's left, or I'm sorry, the poster to Maddie's right. What I'm looking is left, and to your right, the smaller one. We did a limited number. There
Yes.
is 25.
Well,
There's a
we have 30 of them available. We've sold, what was it, 3 or 4?
yeah.
And we're gonna make there'll be a total of 50 of these.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a total of 50 guys. We had holograms made. And do you have a picture of the hologram with
One
your
second.
dad's initials?
Yeah, I'm still
No worries.
downloading photographs here. I apologize.
Take your time. No, Matt's trying to bring things up, guys, because he's technically advanced more than me.
Oh,
I just
I don't
sit
know
here
about
and
that.
talk.
I don't know about that.
Well, so this is what we're gonna do. There's 50 maps. I believe, like you said, 4 have been sold. They are numbered. Those are gonna be for $3.95. If you got one at the event, they were a little less expensive. But we were gonna go up a little bit just because for people that didn't get to the event, we wanted everybody to be able to get one, so we have some set aside. Now the big map that is behind Matt. What's the size of the larger ones, Matthew?
Those are
What did we do? What size? 24 by 36? Is it 24
no,
by 36?
that's the small one. 30,
Okay.
36 by 42.
Okay.
I can go get my tape measure. I was
No.
going to show you. I was going to show you the hologram here.
Okay. Yeah, bring up the hologram.
So 1 second.
Let me see. 36 by 42. Okay. So, oh, there we go. 36 by 42. Okay. Okay. So, again, the larger maps, there is going to be 2 separate editions. There's going to be a limited edition, and there's going to be artist proofs. Okay. The artist proofs are going to have all the art directors that worked on. It's going to be signed by each and every one of the art directors.
And we have 3 already lined up. They're good to go to sign them.
Okay.
And I have to track down the other 3.
Okay.
So we've got Tony Baxter, Tom Morris, and Eddie Sato that will be signing them definitely. And then we've got the other 3 that I have to track down yet.
Okay. So yeah, it's going to be signed by all the art directors. Now there's going to be a limited edition that is going to be signed by Tony Baxter, Brian, Matt, and they are going to get an autograph of Sam McKim. It's going to be
Authentic.
yours. Yeah,
Authentic.
it's going to be
It'll
authentic.
be
Yeah,
from
yeah,
his pen.
yeah. It's yours to, when you have it framed and matted. It'll be yours to put in place in the middle. I can picture it so many times with like Hank Aaron and Babe Ruth and all these other things. But yeah, so that's pretty big. That's something we were excited about. Let's see, is that the
Okay, so yeah, you want to put that up? You want me to put it up?
all right,
So,
guys?
there
you go. So that
so
is number
that's
30.
the hologram.
That's number 30 of 50 right there.
30 of 50. Whoops. What happened
Go back.
there?
I
Sorry.
don't know.
I don't know what happened. 1 second.
Okay. Oh,
I
where'd
don't
you go?
know what happened to this. It jumped.
Okay.
Oh,
For those
actually,
of you that
thank
saw
you.
really quick, that's the special hologram that we had made up. It's got Sam's initials in the middle of the hologram, so you know it's authentic, so you know it's family approved. And again, there's only going to be 50 of them. That's the map that's right there. That's the smaller map that's on the right. What we're going to do is we are going to have a store, a Sam McKim store. And so, you know, everything that we're going to post pictures of, everything that we're going to have, it's going to be at the Sam McKim store. You know, depending on where you're at, you'll be able to have it shipped to you, or depending on what we do later on in the year, other presentations, not as large a scale, but we are talking about a few other locations. And one, of course, is the Disney Family Museum. Another one that we would like to get to would be the Hilbert Museum. And then another one that may be a little bit larger, but not so much. We would like to do one at the Autry Theater, you know, for the Gene Autry Museum. But again, I digress. Don't want to get too far ahead. Otherwise, people will start inundating with, "Oh, where, when?" But you know, these are the places that we're looking at. These are the places that we want to do more. And Matt and Brian and hopefully myself, we will be able to go through. How many more boxes are there still? You said 12, right?
Yeah, it's something like 12 to 15. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So, guys, there's still 12 to 15 boxes that need to be gone through. And if you were at the show, you saw how much Sam kept. That generation kept everything. So, you know, it's exciting to know that what else could be in those boxes. You know,
yeah,
because they've been sealed the whole time, basically, for 20 years since your dad passed away.
No, more than, well, yeah, the ones from Imagineering over 35 years, because it was 87, 30, 37 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and then there's some family boxes that could be older than that, you know. So we're hoping to find some of those drawings of actors and actresses that my dad did that had them sign them. So I've never seen those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So there could be anything in these boxes. There could be stuff that we didn't know what your dad worked on, because your dad helped with so many different things, but we don't know what else he could have worked on.
Sure. And where we have gone through all the ones he brought home when he retired, even some of the personal ones we were finding, we were finding Disney stuff in it. So yeah. So we don't know what we're going to find. That's kind of the fun part of it all too.
The perfect example of that was Sleeping Beauty, you know, not knowing. And
well,
you know,
actually it was Timmy Cagney and the note to go for the first interview for Disney. That was in a personal box.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. See that, you know, Michael Roman said, "Hope the chocolates helped. We love being at your event. Matt, you did a fabulous job."
Thank
Dean,
you.
Hello. Debbie Smith, hello. Stephanie, thanks for helping us. Thanks for letting me volunteer. No, thank you for helping us.
Yes.
Hi Debbie. You and Jason, awesome. Glad you can make it. Debbie was one of our winners of the tickets and came from Vegas, her and her husband, and got to get a little bit of an early birthday present. Her birthday is actually near your dad's, near the end of
Yes.
December. So
Yes.
she got to come down and go to Company D and go to Disneyland and have some fun. Let's see. Oh, Debbie said your mom loved little Sammy McKim.
Yeah. Yeah. She got a kick out of that.
Oh,
She got a kick out of
Cindy,
that.
I'm glad you're here. Cindy, we have 2 pins for you. We definitely have 2 pins set aside for you, so don't worry about that. Thank you. I'm so glad. Bobby Burdine, I wish you had been there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rose, wish you had been there. Absolutely. Um, Thank you again for helping out, Cindy. It was amazing having you. Appreciate it. That was the one thing is everybody was so helpful and just everybody wanted to help each other out. And what do you need and what do you want? And everybody couldn't have been more gracious. And like Lori said, like your cousin said, nobody there was no
Nobody
infighting.
getting
There was
upset
no, yeah, there was none of
or
that.
just,
Everybody was smiling. Everybody was
yeah.
happy. It was like seeing family. Everybody was hugging each other. And, it was just amazing to see, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah. It was,
Oh
it was a lot of fun.
yeah. Before we go any farther, guys, thank you to Michael McGreevy,
Yes.
Kim Irvine, Floyd Norman,
Yes.
Bob
Yes.
Weiss, Bob Gurr, uh, special appearance by Tony Baxter, who drove all the way down from Sacramento.
Flew.
Um,
He did fly.
oh, I thought he drove. Okay.
No, but
Okay.
the flat tire ended up after he got to the museum.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Okay, that's horrible. And of course, and of course, Bill Cotter for moderating. We could have asked for a better set of panels. I mean, they were so much fun.
I have to say, and I kind of altered my presentation too, which had to do with how Bill had set everything up and how the panel kind of reacted and everything. I almost felt like you were sitting in a living room, just listening to a conversation, which was
Yeah.
perfect. It needed to be kind of personal and relaxed,
Yeah.
and Bill on the panel did an amazing job.
Yeah. It was funny you say that because it was like, it's like an old movie or something where they go, come on, children, gather around. I got a story to tell. It reminded me of something like that. It was funny. I had a blast just listening to things I didn't know,
Yeah.
because
Well,
these are things that you don't get to hear.
Well, we should also mention that Willie Ito, who was supposed to be part of our second panel,
Yes.
was not feeling well and
Yeah.
couldn't make it. So
Yeah.
he was deeply missed. I'm sorry he wasn't there.
Yeah.
And so at the last minute, we knew Bob Weiss was going to be there, and
Yes.
we asked him if he would mind sitting in. And it
Yeah.
was that morning that he agreed to do it.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, thank you, Bob, for that. That was,
Bob was a
you thought you were
lifesaver.
gonna you thought you were gonna be coming to relax and just have a good time,
Yeah.
and we put you up on stage. So thank you, Bob, for
Yeah.
that.
Bob
And
was
then
such a lifesaver. Yeah.
and my nephew, we were gonna have him on the second panel, and he stayed home to take care of his sister, my niece.
Mm-hmm.
So we missed them,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But then, hearing Tony Baxter's sister saying, "Hey, Tony's going to be here," we
Yeah.
asked Tony if he would mind sitting in. So last second, I mean, he walked in the door, and not 30 minutes later, we asked him if he could be a part of the panel. So
Yeah.
thank you, Tony, for last minute. And
Yeah.
I mean, everyone was just fabulous and relaxed, professional, and sharing so many wonderful stories and very tender ones to the family. And we
Yeah.
can't thank you enough for that.
Yeah. Cindy said having the guests react and feed off each other is always the best. You get great stories, and that was it because you see people like I got to walk around a little bit and it was kind of a whirlwind, but you walk around and people are looking at things and some of the items weren't tagged and
Oh,
people were
right.
asking, "Oh, what is this?" And somebody was always there. It seemed like to answer. The original arms from Abraham Lincoln. A lot of people we didn't have a tag for that, and
No.
so people didn't
And
know about the original arms, which was
that
interesting.
they were actually cast from, Don Iwerks,
Yes.
of Iwerks' sons, arms.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and those were something my dad had brought home for me, and as a little kid, I ate that up. I thought it was
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh yeah. That
So
would be
I've
amazing.
had those for many, 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 many years, and there were stories to just about everything there,
Yeah.
and I'm sorry. There were a lot of people that were volunteering, docent types that were, sharing as much as they could, and in fact, even my cousin jumped in at one point and was taking a few people around and telling some stories of things that she knew about. But,
Yeah.
there's so many things that didn't completely get shared, and
Yeah.
I think, hindsight looking back, I think what we need to do is to actually, photograph these things and then do a proper background story on them,
Yeah.
so they're documented, and maybe it needs to be videotaped, I don't know.
Well, not only that, but I mean, again, like we talked about, we want to bring more for people that saw things and didn't get the explanation. We want to have smaller venues. We want to have more
Yes,
discussions because it's the year of Sam McKim. It's his 100th year. So what
right,
would have been his 100th year? So we want to bring all that to everybody, the history, things that they might have seen but weren't sure of. So
right,
we're going to do some smaller venue things to where it's more home feel discussion, where it's everybody's close. And
right,
and, and I'm excited
right.
you want to do that. I mean it's a big undertaking, but again, I love that fact.
This is well, it needs to be everything needs to be documented.
Yeah.
We're in that process, but
Yeah.
it's also gonna help us get organized, number 1, so that we're taking care of these things properly, but, it's also gonna be helping us to get the book pulled together. So,
Yeah. The book. Yes,
yeah,
the book. People have asked about the book. Guys, it's coming. Again, going through the panels and going through the, events, and in between all that, Matt, again, for some of you that don't know, Matt takes care of his mother, so um it's kind of funny. Um Thank you, Leo. Matt, in
yes,
between his
that's
couple
great.
hours of sleep and taking care of his mom and doing computer work and everything else, he may have an hour or two to do the rest of what he's got to do, like write a book.
It'll get done. We'll
It'll
get
get
there.
done.
We'll
It'll
get
get
there,
done. It will.
but
But you know
but
what? Until then, we
it's
want to
not a
kind of bring
full-time job.
Sam.
Sorry.
Yeah, we want to bring Sam to you up close and personal before the book gets done, and this is the best way to do it, I think. So, Michael Roman, your sister-in-law was great too. Yes, we cannot forget Dor and Brian McKim. They were two of the panelists. Can't forget your brother and sister. Cannot.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I think they did a great job,
yeah,
and it and even my sister-in-law with her kind words too. That was
yeah.
sweet, Thor, you know?
Yeah, just a different perspective from somebody that was so close,
Yeah,
that, yeah,
yeah,
being there. Um, let's see, who else? Danny DeMeyer. Danny was great.
yes,
He was instrumental in helping us get this off the ground. He was there when the idea was born, and
yes,
just the whole from the beginning. And Danny's been great. Danny's been so supportive.
supportive.
Yeah,
Even
yeah,
with his, moving
y-
things you know, to the South and
yeah.
Tennessee, right? Am I right? Tennessee?
Mississippi,
Mississippi.
Mississippi,
Whoops, sorry,
Mississippi. Yeah.
Mississippi. And, it's that wasn't an easy feat in itself, and yet he was helping us out. So, thank you, Danny.
Stephanie Fix, it was great to walk around and interact with so many Disney people. I got a great Main Street architecture lesson from Tom Morris. That, how could you're walking around, and it was funny because I was standing there at one point, and I'm looking at something, and I hear, oh, my grandpa knew about that. And I look over and there's Joanna, Joanna
Yeah,
Disney Miller. And I'm like, where else can you find something like that? Where Joanna's just hanging out and, oh, my grandpa. Well, my grandpa, of course, is Walt Disney, so you're like, okay, this is kind of surreal,
And thank you, Joanna, for
Yeah.
showing up. And you've got such a full schedule these days.
Yes.
You're living up north most of the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and you stayed the whole day.
Yeah.
And thank you for that, Joanna.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
was very sweet. I loved looking out and actually seeing you. And when I would mention your grandfather, I had to look your way just to see, if you were smiling or not. And of course you were
Yeah.
smiling.
Yeah, the
So
stories. Yeah, the
that was fun.
stories. When I heard Walt Disney, I would instinctively look towards Joanna, and she just got the biggest smile on her face. Just when Floyd was talking about her grandpa, and
Yeah.
she lit up. She lit
Yeah.
up. So it
Yeah.
was pretty neat. You know.
And that was really sweet because I had never really heard Floyd talk about, here's this young guy that's in animation and a little intimidated by
Yeah.
the boss, by Walt Disney.
Yeah.
And that was very sweet that, he said that my dad in many ways, maybe spoken or unspoken ways, kind of helped him, not freak out being around
Yeah.
the boss.
Yeah.
So that was kind. That was
Yeah.
kind.
Yeah. Al Canales. It was amazing to walk around and get to meet some of the Disney legends that we saw in the Disney documentaries. It was an amazing event. It
Oh,
was.
good.
But again, without you guys coming, without you guys wanting to see, without you guys knowing Sam McKim, it just would have been a small little bit event. And everybody keeping his memory alive is just, it's
Yeah.
incredible. It's
Yeah.
unreal, you know?
We all heard from people saying, "Oh my gosh, I didn't know this part of Sam's life. I didn't
Yeah.
know Sam was an actor or
Yeah.
whatever, was in the
Yeah.
military twice or two schools or whatever." And so that was fun to know that people were, getting to know him a little more personally. And we were, and that was our goal, is to share things that have never been shared before
Yeah.
and to share things that were very personal
Yeah.
to my dad. So you got to know him not just as an artist, but on many different facets of his life.
Yeah.
And I think we accomplished that. Um, Dean had mentioned that there was at least one couple, there could have been two couples, that were visiting the Bowers Museum as the Bowers Museum.
Yeah.
And when they saw this exhibit and the screens and, the commotion and everything, they said, "What's going on? What is this about?" And they got so interested, they bought tickets that day to go in. So, that's kind of neat.
Yeah. See, and that's, what, just that idea that you could have something and somebody just shows up.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I just thought that was incredible. Um, there was something I went, everybody loved the exhibit so much, and they were, just clamoring for more. And then when you heard about the boxes, the unopened boxes, people got excited. But I
Yeah.
think one of the biggest things that people really, really got excited about, and for those that weren't there, I don't know, do you think you could upload it? You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Really?
No.
What
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 is it?
what did you upload that everybody was just like,
Oh,
Shirley Temple?
the Shirley Temple.
Yes.
I was having issues with this that morning,
Okay.
and let me see if I can actually, if it'll open for me.
Well, again,
Uh,
what we're talking about is the screen test of Sam McKim with Shirley Temple. He
oh no,
was,
this is
what do
different.
you think? That close or that close to being
I'm
Shirley
sorry.
Temple's first on-kiss screen?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know where he placed with that. Yeah, I don't know if, Dickie Moore, not
Dickie
Dickie Trump,
Moore.
but Dickie Moore, kid with the
Yeah.
big eyes, big brown
Yeah.
eyes. He got the role, but
Yeah.
I don't know, where my dad placed if he didn't do it. You know what? I do not have this. We'll have to show that another time though. That would be cute.
Okay. I've
Um,
had a few people message me on the side, so
yeah.
we're gonna pop these up, guys. The maps that are behind you, if you're just showing up or if you haven't been, um, not the original, but the maps are gonna be for sale.
So here's a detail of it. So the amount of detail that went into this. So this is well, this isn't from the original. This is actually from the print. So it shows you the
Yes.
quality of the detail.
Yeah.
We had a very high resolution professional photographer shoot this,
Yes.
and then we had a professional archival rated giclée and paper reproduce it, and the amount of detail in it is phenomenal. The colors, it's not a pure white, it's a cream,
Yes.
a light cream,
Yeah.
but it just adds to the quality of this thing. And so what would happen with this is this original pencil would be turned into a blue line, so that when it was inked over, any of the blue lines would not show up. But my dad had to go over everything again in
Yeah.
pen, in
Yeah.
ink, and then it was sent out for, color and everything else. So
Yeah.
this is just a small section of those maps, and the amount of detail is just phenomenal on that. So
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe how detailed it was. It just, yeah. The collector came out in me. I was like, oh my gosh. And there, guys, again, there's the look of the number. That's the hologram that's going to be on 1 through 50. And you'll
that's the
notice,
smaller one.
yeah.
And then these, they haven't even been placed yet because we wanted to
Yeah.
get the signatures on them.
Yes.
But these are the artist proof. So there's
Yes.
5 artist proofs. And then and then we've got the
Limited
limited
edition.
edition.
Yeah. And if you guys didn't hear earlier, they're, depending on the edition that you get, they're going to be signed by the artists, the Tony Baxter, and just all the art directors that worked on the different areas.
So with this print, with this artwork, these characters were done by my dad. They were redone by others. So and you get all the notes along the sides of this. So this is something you will never see again. The company will never put anything like this out. It was a completed map with different characters, no notes, color. You will never see anything like this at black and white. And actually, there was quite an interest with Tony and with Tony Baxter and with Eddie Sato about getting one of these. So with their signing of these things, they will be receiving one. But it was just kind of interesting. It was like, oh, I've got to have one of those.
Yeah.
So
here's the man in charge of Paris, and he's like, I want one. It's like, Tony, we got you. He's
the one that wanted the map to be done, and he wanted my dad to do it. So it was kind of nice to see him excited about it, all over again, but in a different,
to come out of retirement reason. When he was asked, I don't think I've ever asked you this. When he was asked to do it by Tony, I know he wasn't feeling well, and he said, "Oh no, right?" And he said,
he was
didn't
apprehensive.
Tony still wait for you? Yeah,
he was apprehensive, and because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. You've got to research all of this stuff, and in fact, he and my mom and my brother and sister-in-law took a trip over there too on their own dime. But I was working. I was in construction, so I was working, and darn it, I was hoping to have that photograph, and I couldn't put my finger on it. But it's a photograph of the whole family with hard hats inside the courtyard under construction, with the castle in the background, the inner yard. And my dad was, and so the photographs that you saw on the drafting board that was there at the presentation, which is the drafting board that my dad actually did that artwork on. Those were the photographs that he took, and then he was using to create this map. So I mean, he put a lot of work into this, research, and then sketching it out, and then putting the ink on it and everything else. Well, he did have a heart attack again during this period. And he told Tony, he said, my health is not the best. He says, maybe you should have somebody else kind of pick up the baton and finish this for me. And Tony said, no, no, no. So it won't be ready for opening. It'll come out a little bit later.
Yeah.
But, and this was very kind of Tony. He said, you're the guy that's got to do it. And you're the one that I want to do this, to finish it. You did the
Yeah.
original Disneyland. You've got to do the original EDL, the Disneyland Paris now,
Yeah.
map. And so he recuperated and he finished it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's a tribute to your dad again.
Yeah.
Again. On top of the map, guys, there's going to be so much there. You know, if you didn't hear earlier, there's going to be a Sam McKim store, and it's gonna go up probably. What do you think, Matt? By the end of the week, maybe, possibly.
That's what I'm hoping for. So
That's the hope.
we've
Okay.
got a website that you'll see it's coming soon. It says so. It's sammckimdisneylegend.com. It's all put together. sammckimdisneylegend.com. And so we're going to put the merchandise back up, the things that haven't sold yet, and the maps. Again, the large ones we'll be putting up here with all the signatures and everything.
Yes.
And then, like I said, some of the product that didn't sell, we'll offer this up to people and on this website. And then when we're going to be having events, we'll also have that information on this site. And then we'll drop some fun little stories and photographs and things like that. So, you have to come back and kind of see what's new and what's up.
Yeah.
And we'll have links to it. So, we'll kind of let people know what's up, what's new, both on Facebook and Instagram and the like.
Yeah. So there's going to be a lot of info, guys. We'll keep giving you info. Again, we're just kind of muddling through the last, month and a half of the year, but we're going through trying to get prepared so that way we can give more presentations, more information. A lot of things coming up. Here's some of the items that are going to be there for the people that were there. You guys saw these, and there's pictures, and we'll try to post up more pictures when we can. There's 5x7 giclées of Sam's original artwork. Again, these are amazing. The borders, the paper, everything. They're just incredible. The detail in his work. The brush strokes. That's what everybody comments on is, the brush strokes, how they just incredible.
He did have a pretty distinctive style.
He did. And I'm going to go ahead and put this out there. I'm trying to convince Matt to do an exhibit with just Sam's original works that didn't have anything to. Yeah, more of a personal nature, just things that he did when he was, coaching, when he was teaching.
Did you say poaching?
Yeah, poaching and coaching. Yeah, all those. But again, guys, there's going to be magnets. There's going to be pins. There's some of the Mr. Lincoln pins. So if you didn't get a chance to purchase a pin, there will be some of the Mr. Lincoln pins for sale. The 11x7. I think I have one.
Oh,
there's an 11x7 of the original 1958A that we'll have for sale. The bolo ties of Uncle Sam and the Sam McKim design. Of course, the giclées, the pin, and there's a palette book. And then there's a set of stunning 1960s glasses. The ladies from the 60s. Those are incredible.
I'm trying to pull these things in as quickly as I can. So.
Oh yeah, no worries. Take your time, because while you're doing that, we're going to go ahead and give the question. Have you guys seen this? Do you guys know what this is? Anybody? Some of you have heard of it. Some of you didn't think it was real. Some of them. It is the bronze. And again, the authentic brass Disney Pizza 8 from the Pirates of the Caribbean arcade in the Walt Disney World, fabricated in 1975 by Sam McKim. All right, guys, now's the time. We're going to go ahead and give it away. We didn't want to make it too easy, but here is the question.
So you mentioned there's a couple people that should not be answering?
Oh, yeah, there's a couple of you that who you are. Yeah, there's a couple of you that know answers, and we want to give
everybody a chance.
Everybody a chance. So you know who you are. We know you know the history of Sam. So we're gonna try to let somebody that hasn't won something before win this because it's pretty neat. It's the bronze piece of 8. It says Sam McKim. It says Centennial 1924 to 2024, and the first person to get this answer will be receiving this. Here's the question: what was the first movie Sam McKim was in? Who was his co-star and what year? Go. Go. So
Hey,
the first person.
we forgot to mention, send out a big thank you to Jesus, Sarah, and Robert Burdine,
Yes. Yes.
and Rosa,
Yes.
for helping us with the photo op that we had with the backdrop, both starting outside
Yeah.
and then coming inside. Thank you guys for
Yes.
doing that. That was,
Yes.
you did a lot to set that up and
Yeah.
then to run it. So thank you.
Yes.
And
Thank
a lot
you.
of people enjoyed that. It was used constantly. So thank you
Yeah.
guys.
I think that's the only picture you and me took was there at that booth from
No,
that day.
we got one inside. There was people I didn't have photos taken with, and I was just running around. We did have one inside the. I was looking at Steven's photos.
Oh yeah. There's a few. See, even Cindy, Sam's art is so beautiful. An exhibit with his non-Disney work should be shown. That's what we're hoping something like that would just work out. Something that because his art is amazing. His art is incredible. Some of you got to see a few pieces.
Oh, we mentioned, I think we glazed over Jolene, and
Yes.
Jolene had helped so much in long hours on the phone for hours, helping us set up the space,
Uh-huh.
laying it out,
Yes.
working all this stuff, coming to the
Yes.
house here, and she doesn't live locally either.
Yeah.
And then helping to set it up and just keeping everyone in line and organized and everything. So Jolene, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I think we mentioned your name, but we didn't go into detail of what you had
We
done.
did. And
Working with Bridget and
yeah. Jolene was running
holy
around like
smoke.
crazy. She was so busy. Her and Bridget were so busy. Um, but yeah. Al, you have got the correct year, but the other two are not right. And
Oh,
see, I'm seeing
well,
it. He's giving an answer on YouTube. He's there.
yeah.
Him and
And
Leo are watching on YouTube, and then the rest are over here on Facebook.
no,
So
so he was in Annie Oakley at the
yes,
very end with
yes,
Barbara Stanwyck in
yes,
1935. You are correct, but it's not the first one. And he did a
yeah,
few pictures in 1935.
yeah. He did a few. So, guys, I know right now Google is
Good
just
guess.
getting beat. Google is just getting beat to heck. They're like, what is it? What is it? um, you know what I found interesting too was when people would talk and you'd walk up, um, you know, they would they would all start to talk. They would get into Disney mode and what they worked on together. Oh, do you remember this? And oh, do you remember that? And all these things. Oh, do you remember when Roy did this? And I'm looking and I'm like, Roy, and they're like, yeah, Roy Disney, and it just like it's there's
We
people that are still around having just having these
Oh yeah.
conversations,
And
and
there were people that had worked with my dad that showed up, which was,
uh-huh,
and people I haven't heard their names in years and years and years. So
yeah,
that was so much fun just
yeah,
to say hello and to spend time with them. And I had never met Dorothea Redmond's
yeah, her granddaughter,
daughter-in-law,
yeah.
daughter-in-law.
Oh, that was her. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
she had married Dorothea Redmond's son, and just to hear her stories, and what a delightful lady, and it was a pleasure to meet Nancy and to hear the stories. So
yeah,
I hope we get a chance to meet up again.
yeah.
You
I,
know?
I'm I'm truly hoping we get to connect with more people when we have more time, and we can just have longer conversations. Debbie Smith has got the correct answer.
Ah,
Congratulations, Debbie. This
there
is
we
The
go.
Life with Jane Withers, 1935.
There you go.
Congratulations, Debbie. You
Great
are the
job, Debbie.
winner of the bronze piece of 8 from the Pirates of the Caribbean. Rarely seen, and I don't think very many of these were done up. These that are, etched on, and
Oh
these
no,
are
there are only
gorgeous.
so many of those that were made.
Yeah, these are
Yes,
only so many. You can find one that's probably plain, and these are, I was
but
looking
even the
up.
plain ones are rare too.
Yeah, the plain
Yeah,
ones. I was looking it up. One guy had them for like $150 each. These are,
yes, just the
wow.
plain ones, just the plain
Debbie,
ones.
you sure you could donate this to me, Debbie? No, I'm just kidding. Debbie, congratulations. Message me, give
Vince,
me your address, and I will get this sent out to you right away.
Vince,
Yes.
I'll sell you one of those for $100. I'll give you a discount, family discount.
Family discount. How about if I trade you? I could trade you something. But
Uh,
guys, again, you know what? We just wanted to come on and say thank you for everything that, all the help, all the love, all the support.
absolutely.
Kind of breathing again, I mean, to just kind of breathe and know that everybody enjoyed it and had a great time, and, you know, everybody that got to see each other, people that showed up, I mean, Terry Hardin Jackson, uh,
Yes.
Joel, Christopher Payne, Tony Anselmo, Kirk Hansen. There was just so many people that just showed up that, have this love and respect for Sam. It was fun to see.
Absolutely. And thank you, Terry, for, bringing Lindsay along, and you
Yes.
stayed the whole day, which was amazing.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
know people were excited to see you too.
Yeah.
So that was
Yeah.
wonderful.
I had people walk up and go, "Is that Terry Hardin Jackson?" Yeah. Oh, I can I walk up to her? Yeah, just walk up and introduce yourself. She loves when fans walk up and talk to her, and yeah, she loves that. So absolutely, it was fun to see people turning into little kids. And you know what? Lastly, and we haven't really talked about them, Bill and Camille.
Oh
Okay,
my gosh,
Bill and
yes.
Camille. We are not going to let this day go by. They did the announcing, and when they announced, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it you see everybody's faces. They turned to kids.
Oh yeah.
Everybody turned into a kid.
Dean had said that there was a lady that was chatting away, I think in the exhibit,
Uh-huh.
and all of a sudden those iconic voices came up,
Mm-hmm.
and she just stopped,
Yeah.
with her jaw open, her eyes big, and is that who I think it is? Type
Yeah.
of a thing. So you two couldn't be nicer people,
Yes.
and the joy that you brought just with your iconic voices is just
Yes.
amazing. And
Yeah.
you were there all day
Yeah.
with a smile on your face. Thank you, you two.
Bill Rogers, Camille Dixon. They've got a book coming out soon, guys, and
Yes. Yes.
I'm looking forward to that. They talked a little bit about it, and I'm truly looking forward to that. The voices. So that should be coming out soon. But again, can't thank them enough. They were amazing. So many people, so many people. I can't wait to do this again. Maybe not on as large a scale, but a little bit,
Did I
more
just hear
personal.
what you said? Did I just hear
Yeah,
that
you
correctly?
heard it. I said I can't wait to do it again. It's for Dad, so yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
As long as it's for him, that's all that matters. If it were, anybody else, maybe.
Oh my gosh.
But no, it was fun. You know, everybody. Does anybody have an amazing story? Does anybody have anything they want to share? Because we had a blast, and we were trying to talk to everybody about their experience. So if you guys, if you have pictures or anything, feel free to post them. We want everybody to be able to, let everybody else know, hey, they had fun at this event. Oh, here we go. Matt's going to start posting some of these pins. Maybe some pictures, maybe a few items. This is one of the pins that will be for sale on the store.
Okay.
I love that pin.
Isn't that fun?
I love that. It came out so beautiful. Special thanks to Joshua Schaefer.
I was just
Joshua
going to say that.
Schaefer,
Yes.
yeah, beat you to it.
Thank you, Joshua. Yes, you did. Get out of my head. Get out of my head.
Matt worked with him tirelessly to get these pins, and they came out incredible. They really really did. You know, a lot of people made the comments that it was just a lot of fun, that they hadn't seen an event like this, that the merchandise was great, that it was just a lot of fun, and that's all we wanted to do, was bring something that nobody had seen before, and something that people would remember for a long long time.
And we were trying to kind of, you know, pick some interesting things for merchandise and how to display the artwork. And
Yeah.
we wanted it personal. We wanted it kind of, a little bit more unique and not just T-shirts and mugs, so
Yeah.
to speak, right?
Yeah.
So it's downloading some. So let's put. Oh, there you go. So there's the other one. I'm getting the
That is
back
an
of it.
original. That's an original piece of art that Sam drew. It was concept for Disneyland. And do you know why it didn't get used, or why they passed on it?
I don't. We've probably got 20 plus. I forget what the number is of these small. They're 4x3.5 or something, like 4x3, little quick sketches of
Yeah.
poster ideas, and
Yeah.
none of them were used, and so my dad had the originals, all these originals.
Yeah.
So this is just one, and I think we had a couple on display, didn't we?
Yeah. We had the pins and the magnets, and guys, this is also a G clay. Again, that really really nice paper.
Oh yeah,
It
I'll show that
is
in a moment. I
okay.
don't have that downloaded quite yet. I was doing the pins here first.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we got the
Getting
back
ahead
of
of
that
myself.
one. That's okay. That's okay. Um, let me see. Sorry. I'm pulling up the. You can show the back of it. You see
Oh
that one? You can
no,
remove the.
I'm missing. So I'm trying to remove things because
Okay.
it's
Um,
too full.
okay. I've got the bolo ties coming up near next.
Okay.
So
Yeah, so I can't get over to this. I'm trying to get over to more of the slides.
okay. Whoops, that's the
Let me
back.
see.
This is the one.
Okay. Yeah,
So you want
I
me to
can't get over to the rest.
I'll remove this one. I'll add
Oh,
this one. So this is the back of that pin, the
yeah.
Disneyland poster welcome.
Yeah. Bob Burdine, I must say you did a great job bringing Sam back to us to enjoy.
Oh, thank you, Bob.
Thank you, Bob.
And
That's
I'm sorry you weren't there. Bob is recuperating and doing pretty darn well.
ooh. Leo's got a really good question for you. You ready for it?
Oh, okay.
If you were to do a program at the Walt Disney Family Museum and Matt could only be joined by one other speaker, who would be your top three choices in order?
Oh my gosh. To have them join me?
Yeah. Yeah. If you were to do a program, who would you want with you to join you if you could only have three guests?
Well, other than family,
Other
right?
than family?
Oh gosh.
That's a good question. I
That
like
is a
that.
good question. That is a good question.
Leo, props.
What?
I said props to Leo.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Sorry.
Um, Gosh, I gotta think about that. Um,
While we do that, the Uncle Sam bolo tie
I
with the
think that
Eagles.
turned out pretty cool. Actually, I'm gonna get back to you, Leo. I'm still thinking. Uh, this was a painting my dad did on a board, actually, and in 1941. And Joshua took his the way he signed it and the date 1941 on the back.
I like that.
Yeah, and so because my dad's birthday was the end of the year, he was probably 16 when he did
16.
this.
Yeah.
So, and then we decided to do black and red on the cord, and then
Mm-hmm.
I found these eagles heads for the
Mm-hmm.
tips, and I just thought, oh my gosh, that's perfect for
Yeah.
Uncle Sam.
Absolutely. They're
Yeah,
gorgeous.
I thought that was a fun piece.
Yeah. And again, guys, these will all be made available to you at the store, the Sam McKim store. So keep your eyes out. We'll keep you updated on everything that's going to go up, everything that's going to be for sale. You know,
Yeah, and I
events
mean,
coming up.
we did sell some of this stuff, so this is what is left.
I've got people asking. Yeah, I've got people asking. Can we buy more? We were there. Can we buy some more?
Oh,
Absolutely,
absolutely. Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You know,
Actually, my sister-in-law was buying stuff for Christmas, so it was
yeah,
kind of funny.
yeah.
Door.
Would Tony Baxter be in there in that one of three? Do you think?
I think so because Tony was a part of a lot of the different
Yeah,
projects that my dad worked on through the years.
yeah,
My dad, even mentioned meeting him for the first time and seeing his little working roller coaster portfolio thing. And I
yeah,
remember that. I remember hearing about it way back in the 70s.
yeah,
And yes, Tony would definitely be part of that. There's so many people that are gone now that I would love to, Herb Ryman would have been fabulous because he was older than my dad. So he was a mentor to my dad, a
yeah,
good friend of the family.
yeah,
And they shared an office together too.
yeah,
So, gosh, yeah, because there's so many people that are gone now that would have been amazing to have up
yeah,
there, talking about dad.
yeah.
Um,
Well, you know what? In
you know,
that story, Nina Ray Vaughn. I love that. I love
yeah,
that story.
yeah.
She added so much. You know,
Well, and she had even told me too. She said, she saw my dad in the hallway, and this was for was it the 45th anniversary map that Nina did? I think it was 45, right? Does that make sense?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
90.
yeah. She did the 45th.
So it was the 45th, and they had asked my dad to do it, and my dad said no. He said, "I'm done. It's too much work. I'm done."
Yeah,
And he said, "Do you know who should do it? It should be Nina. Nina Ray Vaughn should be the one that does the map." So, anyways, Nina didn't know that, and she had said that they had asked her to do the map, and she says, "Oh, no, 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 no. Sam McKim is the guy to do that map, not me."
yeah,
And so she bumped into him when he was in the halls at WDI visiting for whatever reason. And she says, "Hey, Sam, listen, they've asked me to do the map, but you should be doing it. You're the guy to do the map." And my dad says, "Nope, I'm not the guy to do it. I'm done." She says, and then he said to her, he said, "I'm the one who recommended you to do it." And
yeah,
she's like, "What? No, 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 I can't do this. This is too much." And my dad said, "No, Nina, you can do it. You've got the talent. You're the one to do this."
yeah,
And so she ended up doing the map, and
yeah,
she did a gorgeous job. And
yeah.
and
She
she
did.
did it in my dad's style, which was, quite an honor, and
I have it.
that was, it was so kind of her to do that.
Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah,
absolutely have it. And I remember making the comment, "This looks like Sam's work."
yeah,
I
and
remember
that was
thinking right
Nina.
away. Yeah, yeah,
Nina and her amazing talent.
yeah. You
Yeah.
know, Bob says he would have chosen Floyd Norman.
Yes,
I wanted to ask this.
Floyd, because
Yeah,
I heard some other things from Floyd that I had not heard before, and Floyd is just such a gentleman and so talented and everything else. So Floyd definitely would be one that I would have up there with me. I definitely Tony Baxter, um,
I've got one
even
for
Bob
you, and
too.
I've got one for you, and I don't know, but what do you think of Don Iwerks?
Oh my gosh, yes, Don. My dad knew his dad
Uh
and
huh.
was good friends with Ub. In fact, we had a little note that was up there of, a meet with Ub and ask these questions. That was for the Hall of Presidents. So that was kind of fun. But
Yeah,
yeah, Don and my dad worked closely with Don too through so many different projects.
yeah,
And Don is a gracious individual with so much knowledge and so much experience. I mean, not only
yeah,
his father, but Don himself.
Yeah.
And yeah, Don would be a great guy to banter back and forth.
Yeah. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
I think that
Yeah.
would be fun. Um,
Well,
well,
we actually hope to be able to, even if it's just audio, um, uh, get Don Iwerks to share his stories
yeah.
um, about Dad.
Yeah.
That we want to document this stuff. So people that are getting up there in age, and Carl Bongiorno, the old president of WED, we want to
Yeah.
get a hold of him. And
Mr.
there's so many
Ferrante.
people.
Yeah. Mr.
Yes,
Ferrante.
Orlando
Yeah.
Ferrante and
Yeah.
Wayne Jackson and all these
Haley
individuals
Mills.
that worked with my dad.
Yeah. Haley Mills. Yeah.
Haley Mills, yeah, we've got a story. We're hoping that we can get her on a podcast, and
Yeah.
I'm going to reach out to her. And she met my brother way back when too, so that was kind of fun.
Yeah.
So
Al
there's the other
Canales
bolo
said,
tie.
yeah. Al Canales said, one of my prized possessions is the book Disneyland The Beginning with the foreword by Sam McKim. It has his signature along with several others, a real treasure.
Oh,
That's really
yeah,
neat.
yeah.
Before you get to the next bolo,
Yeah.
have you ever I've never in my whole life ever heard a negative word said about your dad. Have you ever had somebody or heard somebody say a negative word?
We're not going to talk about it.
Okay.
This is not the time or the place.
No, because
There-
I can't imagine anybody. Your
well,
dad was so beloved.
yeah,
Your dad was
I
just
really, I
incredible.
mean, I darn you for even bringing it up. No, there's an individual that, and he's passed away, that,
Don't say his name. Don't
I'm
You don't
I'm
have
not
to say.
gonna say his
Yeah,
name. I'm
no,
not gonna
you
say
don't
his
have
name,
to.
even though he's passed away. And
Yeah,
he worked at WED, and he was very awkward in his uh, social settings,
yeah.
and there was a little friction between the two of them. But
Oh,
my dad forgave him and moved on.
oh
But
yeah.
yeah,
Oh, we've
yeah,
talked about this.
yes,
Oh,
we have.
yeah, I
So
gotta ask. I gotta ask. Would because it's real and it's something that people would want to know. I'm sure people are probably curious. Would that be something that would go in the book? I mean, they didn't have any negative in the end, but
no,
would it be
yeah, probably not. Probably not. You know,
okay?
I it the book's not going to have any dirt,
Well,
per
it's not
se. You
dirt.
might
It's
have some.
just it's
Yeah,
real.
yeah,
It's just
yeah,
real.
yeah.
Because your dad was so beloved. I've never, other than that, I've never heard anything negative. And that's
And
hard to
and and
do.
and actually, it was this individual's perspective, an
Yes.
incorrect perspective,
Yes.
of my dad not being prepared for a meeting, and he
Yeah.
was fully and completely.
Yeah.
But it was the interaction and the things that he said that irritated my dad, and
Yeah.
then even coming back with an apology, so to speak. It was a very awkward apology,
Yeah.
and yeah, but my dad moved on. My
Yeah.
dad moved on.
Well, and yeah, yeah. So, and again, your dad was such a gracious gentleman that I'm sure it just was like whatever. It just water off a duck's back.
Yeah.
Who designed this bolo? I
Hmm.
love this bolo, but I want you to who designed it for the show?
So the idea to do bolos, first off, was Dean,
Yes.
and Dean Balladad, and then my brother Brian actually came up with this design of the SMC. And so Dean had said, it would be kind of fun if we did like the Smoke Tree Ranch
Yes.
logo, that kind of thing, kind of esque.
Yeah.
And so Brian came up with a bunch of different ideas, and this is the one that we thought was pretty fun.
Yeah.
And we kept it simple with the black and the simple tips on that. But it's kind of interesting how it kind of wraps up, Walt and the Smoke Tree Ranch, but it also is Western. And with my dad's Western movies and serials that he did through the years, it kind of ties into that too. So yeah, yeah.
Did your dad ever have a favorite movie that he just either one that he was in or one that he enjoyed? Did he ever?
That's interesting. Um, he talked about some of these things that he did enjoy. Painted Stallion, and I think that was with Ray Crash Corrigan and Lillian, not Lillian Thayer. I just messed that up. That's another person. Um, he enjoyed that one, and he actually had a pretty good role in that one. I think he enjoyed the Dick Tracy G-Men,
Oh,
and he
okay.
he had a really good role in that one also.
Yeah.
Um, he mentioned different stories, different things that happened. He had a very small role in San Francisco with Clark Gable and Jeanette MacDonald,
Uh-huh.
and he was on a train delivering a message to them, a telegram, and maybe I had shared this story before. If I did, I apologize. But he said the director wasn't really happy with the lighting, so the lighting director technician jumped in, but they didn't have the stand-ins, and so usually for people like a Clark Gable and Jeanette MacDonald, they'd have stand-ins that would
Yeah.
come and sit in their position so they could adjust the lights and everything, and they didn't for this. So Clark Gable and Jeanette MacDonald were sitting in the seat on the train, and my dad was standing there, ready to give the telegram to them. And while they're making all of these adjustments, and it was taking a little while, so my dad was standing there, they were sitting there, they're looking at each other, right? Nothing being said, they were just staring at each other. And my dad said all of a sudden, it was like one of those moments, they all started busting up laughing because they weren't saying anything to each other, they were just staring at each other. So my dad said that was kind of a funny moment, with that. But and I think in those autograph books that we had in the case, of course, you can't show every page,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think he's got both Clark Gable and Jeanette MacDonald
Yeah.
signing those books in there.
Yeah, he did.
So he had quite a collection of people.
You said, yeah. I thought you said he did, but
Yeah, yeah.
um wow. Okay, we went on for an hour and 15 minutes, young man.
Well, do you
That
do you
went by
want me to
quickly.
you want me to show one of the Giclées? Because those are kind of
Yeah,
fun.
if you can get a G Clay up, yeah, absolutely. Because I want people to see, I mean, the paper and everything. They're magnificent. They're gorgeous, But again, this is another item. If you were at the presentation, you know, for those of you that bought one or have one, they're just incredible. It's just a really gorgeous piece. I can't wait to frame and mat all the ones that I have, but I
Yes, and
digress.
by the way, um, Vince is not having to buy one of those coins. He's got one.
What?
I
Really?
was talking about, I said, I'd sell one to you for $100.
Oh my goodness. Oh boy. Um, you know what, guys? But again, we can't thank everybody enough. I know we've gone over this and we've said it. We're so appreciative when we talk about it. How everybody came together and just enjoyed the day. I don't think I've ever enjoyed a day more. Where people are just gathering and talking and an exhibit and it's
It was a
an
special
exhibit
day.
like that is never going to be done again. It'll
No.
be done on a smaller scale. We're hoping at the Disney Family Museum, the Gene Autry Museum, maybe um, the Hilbert Museum, maybe sometime at the barn. I'm sure there's a lot of people at the barn today, but it's never going to be on that grand a scale. So, the next time you'll see most of this stuff is going to be in the book. So, there will be items that we'll be showing, at future events, but again, we'll try to bring different things and different items. Were you able to grab one, Matthew?
Yeah, I think I have to remove a couple things here. So 1 second. There's too
Okay.
much on here.
Yeah.
I might have to. Did you want to talk about your pin that you had made up?
Oh, if when the store goes up, guys, if if you spend $100, you're automatically going to get a pin. I'm going to throw a pin into anybody that spends $100 at the store. So you automatically get one of these pins. If you spend $50, there is a bag from the event. It was exclusive to the event. You will get a bag that says Sam McKim Centennial Celebration. So we're definitely gonna throw some items in, and you guys are gonna enjoy the things that we send you, and it should be a lot of fun.
So it's downloading. 1 second.
Cindy says check out Museum in Anaheim. Which one is that, Cindy? Have you heard of the Museum? Maddie?
I don't think I have.
No, neither have I. Well, I'll definitely give you a call, Cindy, so that way we could talk about it more. Because and again, with all of Cindy's experience and all the people that she knows, she's probably done events there, and with Be Our Guest, she did so many events. So that would be interesting to just see. Oh, I love that one.
It's got a lot of energy in it, a lot of color.
It really does. It's so vibrant, and the matting just pops. It really just brings it out. So again, that's another one of the G clays, everybody. And the title of it, Maddie?
We were calling it the Drunken Medieval Man.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a great one.
It is a little too much wine, but again, some of his original art and like what we talked about earlier, having having something where we can just show Sam's original work. I think that would just be incredible. His work is just so distinctive.
So I've got another one coming up here.
Okay.
We got a minute?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think when you show things of Sam's and talk about him, I think people are, they love hanging out. They love talking about it. And so today's been a pretty good day with a lot of people showing up and stopping by and getting to see.
Oh, I should do that one too. 1 second.
Debbie Smith, again, congratulations. She won the piece of 8. Don't forget to give me your address, send me a message, and I will get this out to you right away. So that way, you can show everybody your piece of 8 Sam McKim Centennial Celebration.
So this was another one that was popular.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I love that one. It almost looks a little bit like what would have been for a concept of the Tiki Room, but, I know it's not, but,
So this one, sorry, 1 second. Let me rename this. Oops, if I can spell. And
Museum. Writing that down. And again, guys, that'll be one of the G clays for sale in the Sam McKim store. So, Mr. Sangwell, welcome from the UK.
Oh, yes. And we didn't get a chance to use his clip that he found. We were trying to get a cleaned up one.
Yeah.
So let me throw another one.
We asked Bob Sangwell. Bob is such a historian. He's incredible. Yes. Every time I ask him something that's so far-fetched, he's like, oh, here it is. He's just Bob Sangwell, guys. Look him up. Look for his group.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
And it would be great to actually get over the pond and do a show over there.
Yes. Bob, do you want Matt to stop by and do a show in the UK? So there was a picture that Sam did. And what would you call the title of it? Just Genghis Khan? Genghis Khan and his warriors?
Yeah.
Genghis Khan, and there are the Genghis Khan. Are there any Genghis Khan G clays? Are they going to be for sale at all, Matthew?
Those were only for the VIPs. I don't know if we would offer that or not.
Okay. anyways, there was a Genghis Khan and his warriors um, G Clay that was done, but Sam did an original painting, and it's just gorgeous. It's.
Well, you gonna mention where it was and how Mr. Sangwell found it?
You know, I didn't want to tell this story in case you wanted to keep that, but um, I just wanted to say that you know, Bob, we told Bob about this painting, and we said, you know, me and Matt, we know we had seen it on an opening of Walt doing one of his shows, but we just couldn't remember the show, the year, anything like that. And within a couple hours, Bob Sangwell had found the opening where Walt Disney points to the painting of Genghis Khan that now, you know, sits, you know, in the McKim family museum.
We do have the original. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The original. But it was just incredible to be looking, and then all of a sudden just boom, it's there, you know. Ah, but anyways,
So there
yeah,
was this
these are the
other
G
one.
clays that are going to be in the market. These are all Sam original works. I love seeing his work.
That's almost actual size, and then these are smaller.
Yeah. So, again, guys, these are some of the items that are going to be in the Sam McKim Disney Legends store. Exclusive items from presentation that'll be made available for everybody to purchase. So, we will give more detail and we will give more information as it comes up as far as upcoming events, things that are going to be on the site for sale, and where Matt will be next in the world. Instead of where's Waldo, it's going to be where's Matt.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Thank you for your time, Matthew.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you again to everyone who attended. And we had a great time, and it was a lot of fun to share my dad's life, you know,
Yeah.
with you all.
Yeah. Yeah. Bob said he enjoyed this. He enjoyed the Genghis challenge. Oh,
That was great. Thank you. Thank you.
thanks. Well, Maddie, I appreciate, you know, getting to work with you on this, and
Oh,
hopefully we can
yeah.
do more, and, you know, love you to
Okay.
death, brother. Love you to death.
I love you too, little brother. So he doesn't like to hear praises, but I have to tell you, Vince not only came up with this idea, but you know, when Vince throws himself into something, it's you get 150%, not 110, 150%. And he just relentless. And you know, he works hard just, you know, doing his regular work, you know, and taking care of his family and Marty and his wife. I owe so much to, because I stole Vince away for quite a few trips, quite a few hours, you know, and I can't thank you enough, Vince. You know,
My pleasure.
You're an amazing man.
It was my pleasure, Matthew. Thank you. Okay, enough of that. December 1st, everybody. December 1st. We are finally going to get to Karen Fang. Okay.
Oh, that's right.
December 1st. Background artist, The Life and Work of Tyrus Wong. This book is amazing. If you hadn't seen it, it's really incredible. If you
So
guys
much
don't know who
information.
Tyrus Wong, yeah, it's
So much information.
I've enjoyed reading it. It's so much, you know, just so much information. Such an incredible artist. So 1
Absolutely.
p.m. December 1st. Matthew, have a great rest of your Sunday. Everybody, thank you for joining us on Disney in Depth. Anything to take us out with, Matthew?
I can't think of anything. Is there
No.
anything that we need to share beyond?
I don't know. Is there? I think we kind of
I
covered
I
everything, or
I didn't show what I didn't show was the as you're trying to end this, the little notebooks, which were actually kind of fun, and
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
it really wasn't explained too much either. Um, let me see here. Here it is. Sorry. And I got to switch this over to a PDF. Okay, 1 second. Give me 1 second. Got to switch it over to a PDF. Okay, we got it. Yeah, it's funny. StreamYard does not like HEIC. I don't know if I'm pronouncing
No,
that
they don't.
correctly or not.
They don't work well together.
No, so you got to transfer it over to a PDF. So 1 second. We're almost there.
So Leo, yeah, he was thinking Don Iwerks, Tony, and Norm, or Floyd Norman. Yeah,
Floyd Norman. Yeah.
That'd be fun. He said Tony hasn't spoken at the museum in quite some time.
Oh,
so maybe who knows?
You never know.
Who knows? Huh? Who knows? Keep our fingers crossed.
Okay, 1 second. I was gonna.
11 people are left, and I'm really, really, wanting to thank somebody for, for being with us and hanging out with us. So, if you guys can give me the year of Matt's birth and how long he worked for the Disney company, I'm going to give away a second one. I'm going to give a second one for those that have stuck around.
Being generous.
Through that. What's that?
You're being generous.
Everybody's so gracious, and I love that everybody stuck with us today. So, guys, the first person that can tell me what year Matt was born and how long he worked for the Disney company, I'm going to send out a second one. Send a second piece of 8.
Oh, shoot.
So,
okay.
Get me your answer. If you guys can get me that answer. How old is Matthew, and how long did he work for the Disney Corporation?
You have to bring up my age, don't you?
You don't. You look younger than me. Are you kidding me?
Oh, you kidding? No, I don't look younger than you.
You look younger than me. Tell him, everybody. He looks younger than me.
Younger. You look young, little brother.
Oh my goodness. Cindy Fortino. Such a nice display. I'm looking forward to seeing you more. Your dad was one of my very first ever guests for my very first BR guest dinner, and over 24 years ago.
Wow.
I know he was born February 12th, Lincoln's birthday. I believe it was 64. I don't know how long he's been with the company. Oh, there we go, guys. There we go. There is.
And then in the inside,
that's the palette book.
You've got the little story about it that
this
was used during his schooling days.
Yes.
And I love how my cousin Lori laser cut the shape.
Yes.
The paper isn't cut that way, but she cut it out. I thought that was brilliant.
Yes.
So this is a great little thing. And then it actually has my dad's signature on one of the pages and then the logo on the back, which I don't have, but I think it's a neat piece.
So do I. I love it. I love that. I love that. So that's another one of the items, guys, that'll be up on the Sam McKim Disney Legends store. It is sammckimdisneylegend.com. That'll be the store, Maddie?
Yes. Okay. sammckimdisneylegend.com.
Okay.
And we've got it. We just have to create it.
Okay. All right. Well, anyways, hour and 30 minutes. Thank you, everybody. What's that?
I was just going to say, Al is giving my dad's birth, and when he started, you have him until 84, but it was actually 87.
Oh, yeah.
So you're pretty close with my dad.
Yeah.
Vince was asking about me.
Yeah, I was asking about the ageless one. Cindy Fortino said he's ageless. There you go. See,
Okay.
he's
Okay.
the
Somebody's
ageless
buttering
one.
me up.
All right. Well, guys, Cindy, you got his age correct, but nobody got he was with Disney for 25 years.
Just
25.
about 25 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
25,
So,
26, something like that.
yeah.
When you
All
add
right,
it all
guys.
up.
Yeah. Matthew, thank you. Gracious as always with your time. I appreciate it. Tell Mom I said hi.
I will do. Thank
you.
You
have
Vince,
an amazing Sunday. Thank you, everybody, for being with us on Disney In Depth Podcast.
There you go.
All right, Maddie. Oh, well, take care. Have a good Sunday. We'll see everybody again really soon. Don't forget, December 1st, Karen Fang, background artist, the life and work of Tyrus Wong. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Thank you again.
Bye-bye.